Let me give you an honest breakdown of how every single one of my attempts in the past 5 years have gone since I've hit my lowest mental state and I've been trying to pick up the pieces. First, I gaslight myself into believing that this time I've changed and today is going to be different. Next, I plan all the ways I'm going to be a different person. And I have a strong morning full of discipline while I still have the energy to convince myself that I have changed. And then 5 p.m. rolls around. I'm tired, lost my motivation. My constant companion is begging for attention. I'm mentally fried, and now I feel like I'd rather backflip off my balcony than actually do the productive things I was planning to do. And finally, I feel like I failed, and I proved to myself once again that I am no better than before, and the cycle completes. But the truth is, I never stood a chance. Now that I've taken a step back, I noticed that all of my attempts lacked the foundation to stand up against the final boss every single time. And that, my friends, is my phone and the dopamine hijack it currently has on me. I know I'm not the only one, and it's really not our fault because they knew what they were doing to make that phone as addicting as possible. It has been years with these failed attempts, and before I really throw in the towel, I want to try one more strategy of how I think I'm actually going to change my ways.
First things first, we need to replenish our dopamine levels. So tonight and every night after, hopefully, we're now going to be following these rules. We're going to have all tech off by 9 p.m. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. Next, no decisions or calls after 9 p.m.
If something comes up, I have my journal right here. I'll write it down, deal with it tomorrow.
Now let's turn on all of our red light. Kind of looks like a horror movie right now, but it's good for you. And let's go outside after dinner for a walk so we can really cleanse our thoughts.
I just remember now that it's gonna rain this whole week in Ireland, in Dublin specifically, and it's raining right now. So we're going to switch this for some light movement and opening my window. That's the best I can do right now, okay.
And that bleeds in perfectly into recovery time. Because girl, you know that we don't want to keep up with this posture that our 9-to-5 jobs are giving us. Because, oh man. I have never felt more stiff in my life. So movement brings up feelings, and feelings are best reflected through journaling. Again, self-explanatory. And lastly, I'm just going to lay in bed and I'm just going to read until I fall asleep. But let's wind back now a couple steps so I can explain really why am I starting off this way. This is what we need to understand. We don't actually have an infinite amount of dopamine, which is so shocking for me to learn because it actually takes 1 to 3 days to replenish those levels. So when we get a dopamine hit from, say, doom scrolling or binge eating, and then we finally decide to do something productive, we feel bad because we've used up all of our dopamine on quick, easy dopamine traps. So we're not going to get any of that satisfaction from the things that are actually good for us. Then our brains can't help but default to ease. So I've done some reflection on the things that are stopping me from feeling whole, and Instagram and TikTok are both deleted. Junk food has been removed from my household. Because again, it makes no sense for us to jump into all these productive things we want to do and there is no dopamine there to make us feel the reward benefits. We first need to rest and not participate in those easy dopamine actions so we can replenish our dopamine. So far, so good. I've done all the steps, so I'm feeling very sleepy and very zen. I'd be cozier if this little guy wasn't hogging the blanket right now. But aside from that, I'm pretty excited for tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. So first thing on the agenda is to get sunlight on you as quickly as possible. I have to walk an issue anyway, so this is going to be my dose of sunlight. That's as best as we could do right now in these circumstances. On the bright side, it was supposed to rain this morning. It's obviously not. So I'll take it. And a nice walk after a particularly rainy day or week just feels like nature's happy everywhere. I'll show some clips. Everything feels hydrated and happy, and that makes me happy.
Hey, baby.
Oh, good morning. Again, now it's breakfast time. Can you see that? Can you see me? So the walk and hitting my face burst of sunlight was really nice. No. He already ate, by the way. He's not hungry. But it was pretty exhausting to wake up, though. I felt like my body's like, oh, we're exhausted from dopamine? Great, we're gonna stay exhausted. So it was really tough to get out of bed, and that didn't feel like a great start, but obviously then once you get the ball rolling, it was all right. So I'm hoping actually eating as well, it'll definitely help. So we're gonna eat this, journal what I feel would be the ideal way this day is gonna go, and then I kind of have a game plan for what I want to do. I don't want to do this. I'm officially tired. Really tired. So since I've started my lunch break, I have checked the kitchen about 4 times to see if I could binge eat something or snack on something. I've picked up my phone at least 5 times with the intention of scrolling through something and ignoring and distracting myself. So yeah, bad habits die hard. So all that's left is to actually do the thing that I actually want to do, but I don't want to do, which is move my body and go on a run. Yeah. But I'm gonna do it, so let's go. I always have such high belief in me when I start, and I'm like, oh, this isn't hard at all. But I remember how I feel at the end. So, oops, probably shouldn't even be talking right now. I was gonna say I've been lucky because it's been just misty, but no, it's raining. It's raining now. It's okay. I'm only running 2 kilometers anyway. I just finished work, and honestly, I'm tired. I'm really sluggish, and I feel like this is now when I would probably fail the most, but I've pretty much taken away all my distractions, so even if I want to pick up my phone right now, there's nothing on it. So I definitely think that's the way to go. So I wanted today to be a focus on things that make me feel productive and all that, but tonight I actually have plans with some friends to go out for some drinks. And I'm going to take that as being productive because that's socializing and connecting to people that matter to you. So I'm going to take that as a win, and I definitely don't go on my phone anyway when I'm out, so I would say this day is somewhat okay. Hello, good morning. So today is Saturday. I know I've been saying this, but I really need to emphasize how much I didn't know how tired I am because I woke up today at 11 a.m. It's a Saturday, and I don't remember the last time I woke up at 11 a.m. So yes, I have been exhausted. Historically, I have never had any trouble starting strong. To me, starting strong really is pushed by my motivation, which we all know is quite fleeting. And so the problem for me has always been day 2 and staying consistent. I just feel like I put all my energy into day 1 and I just feel like I have to do this again. But that's not sustainable also if I'm trying to push myself so much. So yeah, day 2 has been a struggle, and today is day 2. So I'm a little bit worried, but essentially the way I'm going to try... Me, dude, you want to say hello? Do you want to say hello? Do you want to say hello? No, he doesn't. Okay. So the way I'm going to try to counteract that is to just be really kind to myself and to remember that it doesn't have to be all or nothing. So I'm just going to focus on one thing at a time. Also, I want to show you something really quickly. I found it quite inspirational and cute. So I've had this raspberry plant and it has just been quite stagnant in its growth. As you can see, I just feel like it's been trying, but like it's never really done more than that. But now this morning, I see it's got a little bud. It's hard to zoom in on it. And also, it's got a little bud here. So if this plant ain't giving up, I ain't giving up either.